Hey, welcome to another episode of It Resolves. My name is Kevin.
My name is Will. Welcome back to another installment. As always, guys, you're listening to us on the podcast app, watching us on YouTube, and just generally hanging out. You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, the Instagram, all over those
Instagram.
places.
Yeah,
man. Instagram is our home turf, really.
It is sort of our home turf. We've grown a lot on Instagram, so we encourage you guys to go check us out there. Links to all of those social media accounts are in the description, as always. So if you feel so empowered, go check us out.
I like that. It Resolves, empowering the community since 2017.
It should be known, before we get into today's episode.
Oh, does one of us sound...
Got a little bug, guys. And I'm not talking about the color combination. So, yeah.
This time it was Kevin.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed, my voice sounds a bit raspy.
He's not that husky.
No. So if I sound a little weird for the next episode or two, I apologize.
It's gonna be okay.
But you're gonna have to get over it.
I mean,
so
that's true.
That's about all I can do.
We can't miss a beat, guys. We're on a roll.
We got to stick with it. So, now intro out of the way. We do go to our, well, I say daily or episode routine, although we don't do it on the Sunday episode. We do it in most episodes. The card of the day, completely random. We have no idea what it's gonna be.
Not at all. Could be anything.
What are we hoping for?
Dingus egg.
Dingus egg.
Every time.
Always. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's see if we get it in 3, 2, 1.
Dingus, dingus, dingus. Nope.
Nope.
Troikan Highguard. Well, this is a kind of a not good one to get.
So bad.
So, Troikan Highguard is a 3/3 for 3 colorless, 1 white from, let's see,
Portal Second Age.
And that's it. Kevin, what does this card do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
It's just got flavor text. This is as vanilla as they come.
And it's not even good vanilla. Like, it's not even on curve. You know what I mean? Like, 3/3 for 3 would be at least normal.
That's fine. But this was back in the day when Wizards was really scared of printing powerful monsters because they thought they'd take over.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, it kind of goes like back in the day, they printed Time Walk. And now they print Tarmogoyf. So, like, even though that's not been... We haven't had a Tarmogoyf in a while, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know,
this is a blast from the past, but not in a good way.
Which most creatures from Alpha and whatnot.
Yeah, they were a little not that great. But hey, I mean, we get to dip into the history of Magic.
Yeah, look at that.
That's always fun.
Way to look at the positives.
I mean, you got to. When you're sick, you got to be positive.
It's a great point, bud.
All right,
man. Well,
so tell us what we're talking about today.
I would love to. So, ladies and gents, it's Thursday.
Yes.
And that means kitchen table format.
It does.
We were sitting down, we were thinking, and we thought, man, we haven't talked about Commander in a while.
We haven't.
That's a bummer. So let's fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Today, please forgive us for our errors. We are now going to talk a little bit about Commander.
Yes, we'll be talking about Commander in lieu of Hour of Devastation.
Of course. We're staying current.
So what we thought we'd do this time is each sort of go off, pick a few cards that have been spoiled for Hour of Devastation since it's coming up in just a couple weeks, and see what we thought would be good in Commander. See what our top, maybe not our top, but just cards that we thought would be good in Commander.
Yeah, some great ones.
Yeah.
Some we've already talked about, some other folks have talked about, but this is our take and new information learned.
Yeah,
so to speak.
Absolutely.
Kev, you want to kick us off?
I can do that.
Bring up
so
Mythic Spoiler? This
is one to nobody's surprise that came up on my list first. And I'm gonna hedge a little bit and say there's 3 of them. But there's one in particular that I am excited about, and that's the Locust God.
Oh boy,
all of the gods I think are gonna be viable and very good in Commander.
Yes.
Me saying that, I don't play a lot of Commander. We've tested it on the episode, and on a few of the episodes, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking to get more into it.
It was pretty good.
But the Locust God seems amazing to me. So
yes.
The reason I think this is so good is because it has so many synergies with strategies that already exist. So there's a lot of draw X cards. There's a lot of card draw abilities, things where you can draw like literally your deck, things like that. Mm-hmm. One of the interactions that I find most interesting is Skull Clamp. So what's cool about this is if you kill a creature with Skull Clamp and you have the Locust God out, you're gonna draw 2 cards and you're gonna make 2 more 1/1s with haste, which means you can equip Skull Clamp to another one, get 2 more cards, get 2 more guys.
Yeah.
Equip another, like theoretically endless chain if you can get the mana for it. So like,
and there's plenty of ways to get endless mana.
Yeah. So you can draw your deck, create infinite 1/1s, like. That just seems awesome. And they all have haste, too, so they can just swing out that turn.
Yeah, if you're able to combo off, if you can draw 40 cards in a turn, you can kill somebody.
Yeah.
If they have no answers.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yes. Very, very
really,
good.
Really good. And it just gets stronger with stuff like Time Walk.
Yeah.
Things that you might have fizzled, but if you're holding up Time Walk and you resolve
Doesn't matter.
There you go, bud. Yeah. You're in there.
Yeah. It's also worth noting things like High Tide would be good in a deck with the Locust God, where you can generate more mana than Stroke of Genius or Blue Sun Zenith yourself. Draw a bunch of cards, make a bunch of guys. Sphinx's Rev is a great card with this. You gain life and make creatures and draw cards at that point. It just adds so much value to every draw spell.
Absolutely.
And at the start of the turn, you're guaranteed a 1/1, which isn't. It's not nothing, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
yeah.
It's something at least. And
definitely
in a deck where you do run something like Skull Clamp or something, that becomes... Skull Clamp basically says draw 2 cards every turn.
Which is awesome.
Which is just great.
And it's a 1/1 that you can instantly use.
Yeah.
With flying.
Exactly. It does have evasion.
Right. And 1 damage in Commander is kind of meh.
Yeah, it's not great. But you're not actually... They build very quickly, I guess is the best way to put that.
You were using, in my opinion, the Locust God... Whenever you talk about legendary creatures, I like to look at them through the lens of the commander. So if you're building a deck around it, he feels a lot like a win con, which is something we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Where you just draw a bunch of cards, get cards like Rhystic Study, like that really mean Sphinx, that whenever a player draws a card, you draw 2.
Consecrated Sphinx.
Boom. So cards like that fill your board and you just swing out.
Yeah. Seems awesome.
Yeah.
I mean...
He's great.
It's just great. He's my favorite. He's the one I'm most excited about for Commander. That being said, the other 2 both seem great as well. So they
do.
I think the Scarab God, which is is that the red or
no? The Scarab God
the blue black.
Is, yes, the zombie
I think
guy.
he's a strict upgrade to the normal Gisa and Giralf. I don't remember. That I think that's usually run as the zombie quote unquote commander.
There are several,
and I think that this is just a straight upgrade.
Yeah.
I also think the other one is just great too. So they're all great.
The Scorpion God is like
Scorpion. Thank you. I couldn't think of the name.
I was like other Egyptian bug. Scorpion. Even though scarabs are really nice, they don't do anything mean. And locusts are nice too. They're just gross as heck. They're like freaking this big.
Yeah, they are huge.
They're giant grasshoppers. Imagine catching those guys and like having to get off my lawn, locust.
It's like big enough that you need a leash for it.
You need a saddle.
Like if you're gonna keep it as a pet. Not that you would.
Who keeps Larry the Locust? Here he is, my pet locust. Nah.
Well, now that you gave me a name, I have to keep it. Like
if you buy a locust, I'll never set foot in here again.
And this is the end of It Resolves. We're resolving for the last time.
Roll the credits. It's all been a ruse. What I was gonna say before I derailed myself.
Yep.
The Scarab God seems to me the least effective in Commander specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said,
it's still great.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
We touched about it. Wedge talked about it in Mana Source.
Yeah.
Is that? That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Good job, Will. My memory ain't what it used to be. I'm an old man. But he talked about it being just card draw in those colors is insane.
Yeah. Because
it gets to be one of the most aggressive style decks, and if they can get card advantage, boom, awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
So another commander that I think is gonna just break Commander open wide.
Yeah.
Is Unesh, Cryosphinx Sovereign.
Oh, this is so cool.
This is an awesome card.
Yeah.
And this is a tribe that I have wanted to work together for so long, and they were missing something. Because Sphinxes, as you may know, Kevin, are fat, get you a bunch of cards, and fly. Always.
Yeah.
There's not a Sphinx that don't do that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There is not a Sphinx that doesn't do that. My
Here we speak correctly.
My Catawba County came out for a second. I'm sorry about that. But He says, for 6, he's a 4/4 with flying that says, Sphinx spells you cast cost 2 less to cast.
Oh, so good.
I do declare, our Sphinx Lord has returned.
He is so good.
He's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Since this is Commander, I won't talk too much about Standard, but not necessarily Standard viable, but he's still
he's still
exceptional.
awesome.
There's still some fatties in as Sphinxes in Standard, so he might try to get played. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, he also says, whenever Cry of Sphinx Sovereign or another Sphinx enters the battlefield under your control, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles, put one into your hand, the other into your graveyard. Whoa. So that
seems good.
That's an ETB. What's the spell?
Factor Fiction.
Yeah, thanks.
It's close to Factor Fiction.
Yeah.
What it amounts. It's not the exact same.
Or Ravnica Jace's thing.
His Architect of Thought.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar in that you're giving your opponent the choice, but it kind of doesn't matter because you're just getting card advantage.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's worth noting with something like this because, as you mentioned, most Sphinxes are fairly large and very impactful.
Yeah.
And so in light of that, they generally are pretty expensive.
Yes.
However, this being able to reduce that cost by 2, you're probably still not going to be able to play them early on, but you get to play more of them per turn is really what this amounts to in the late game, where you can hopefully drop 1 or 2 instead of just, a singular, not as impactful Sphinx. You're able to get a couple of them out. The enter the battlefield trigger hits not only with just this, but with anything else that happens on the other Sphinxes. Like, it's crazy good.
Yeah,
I think
this is awesome. And this is great as a piece in a blue-black kind of deck.
Yeah.
That if you want to add a bunch of cool Sphinxes, you can throw this in a Reanimator deck, for instance, right? And you leave your opponent with no good options. Either give you cool cards that do cool stuff, or put them in the graveyard and watch you resurrect them for 2.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's insane.
Speaking of 2, there are also a few Sphinxes that come to mind whose, of course, names. I have no idea. They cost 4. With Unesh, they cost 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow, buddy. Yeah, and I believe they are like 3/4s as well.
So they're not
flying.
They're not insignificant
in
any way.
There have been worse Sphinxes. There have been common Sphinxes and stuff, but
yeah,
like Sphinxes in general, you can play them as top end in some decks. So
yeah. Well, in Standard right now, the
Sphinx of the Final Word.
Final Word Sphinx. Yeah. It's the best control Sphinx. I mean, it's insane.
One of the best Sphinxes.
I think so. It's very, very good. I think Consecrated Sphinx. That is a whole other episode, but I think Consecrated Sphinx is probably my favorite. I don't know if it's the best, but I think it probably is.
I say that the only reason Final Word I believe is better is that it gives the rest of your deck some protection, because you can't counter instants and sorceries you cast.
That's fair.
They can't counter rather. And he's got hexproof.
He's
pretty
uncounterable.
Insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, cool. Yeah. A very cool one.
What else you got?
So a new sweeper comes to mind. We've talked about this one before. Hour of Revelation. I was about to say Devastation.
I was gonna say yes.
Excuse me. Hour of Revelation is 3 and 3 white, I believe, for a sorcery sweeper. It costs 3 less to cast if there are 10 or more non-land permanents on the battlefield, which in Commander, being a 4-player format, that happens pretty regularly.
Would you say every game?
Most games.
Yep.
I'm not going to say every game, but
most games.
You not only destroy creatures, but it's all non-land permanents. So I think that's worth noting as well, and potentially for 3 white mana. Like, how good is that?
It's very good.
I mean, that's insane.
And I tell you, it's also really nice in Hour. In Standard, you're not ever really going to have... Look at me bringing back to Standard. I'm such a jerk.
You are.
You're never going to really have... You rarely have a game that's got all those permanents.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing a deck that's top end as the Locust God.
Then that's a possibility.
This it plays nicely against that.
We talked about Hour of Devastation. Excuse me.
Revelation?
No.
I'm confused.
We talked about the set as being a set with answers to very good cards, which it's printed a lot of very heavy hitter style cards, and then also printed the answers to those, which is awesome. And so what that means for us in Standard and then into other formats like Commander is we get really powerful stuff.
Oh yeah.
And this is
Big
one of the
things.
best. I mean, as far as sweepers go, it's insanely good, I think.
I think so too. I can't.
Very powerful.
There's not another sweeper for 3. I think without any downside that I'm thinking of.
I don't think so.
You've got like the pseudo like Anger of the Gods and Sweltering Suns, but
those are very conditional. This is
Yeah.
literally just destroy all non-land permanents.
exactly,
So,
and it hits
I mean,
everything on board
yes.
except for lands. Insane.
What have you got? What else you got?
Buddy, I want to talk about Swarm Intelligence.
Okay.
This is sweet. It's an enchantment for 6 colorless and a blue that says, I can pull it up. I'm just gonna paraphrase because I've read it like 6 times. I'm so excited. Anytime you cast an instant or sorcery, you get to copy it, and then you can choose new targets if you want.
That's insane.
Would the Locust God like to cast Brainstorm twice? What about Dig Through Time?
Oh.
What about
Wow.
yeah?
What about... So here's the question I have.
Okay.
In a storm deck, if you cast it once, say for 3, your storm counts 3, so you get 4 copies of the spell. Then you cast it again, which means you would get 5 subsequent? 5, right? Or is it more than that?
So your storm counts at 3. You cast Grape Shot.
Sure.
So
So you get 4 grape shots at that point.
and because how Storm works, it's an individual cast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just copy.
Oh, yeah.
It's an individual cast. So yes.
That's insane.
But here's another question.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an infinite combo, but hear me out.
Okay.
So no, it wouldn't be. Because the storm count rolls off once you storm. Right.
It rolls
I'm
off
not-
at the end of the turn. Or in
Okay.
between phases. I'm not sure
Okay.
which. I think
I feel like it's in between
it's
phases.
I think it's per turn. I believe is the way Storm works. Being a Storm player, I should know this. But
I would need to look it up. But I think you would get 8 grape shots.
I don't know. You
Because
get a
you cast
lot.
4 spells, it's cast, then subsequently 4 times, you would copy it. It makes sense to me. If we're wrong, please let us know.
Yeah, figure that out because we're not smart enough.
I am certainly not. Nor do I play Storm because I want to keep my friends.
No, but I do think that card is amazing. So even just your low impact
Jeez.
spells, like in Commander, Lightning Bolt, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
good card, but it's not high impact.
Sure.
All of a sudden, it becomes 6 damage for 1.
Yeah, that's
Like that's not
efficient,
insignificant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Speaking of Storm, something like Mind's Desire.
Ooh,
Do you want to just cast free stuff? Yeah,
I would
sounds good.
I would like to, please.
Like you get to do that so much.
Please, more spells, please.
It's insane.
Money, please.
It should be.
Sponsor. Just kidding.
It doesn't do anything for sweepers, I guess. What else does it work really well with though?
Copying things. Well, we already said card draw. Pump spells.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
You could get some crazy infect combo.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have hopefully won before you had to play that card, but
Honestly, yeah. Especially in Commander, where infect counters are still a thing. They honestly just need to fix that.
they need to
They need
fix
to-
infect.
Yeah, make a ruling. It's 20 infect counters instead of 10. Because, by the way, infecting Commander is still just 10 poison counters,
Yeah, it is.
which is just ridiculous.
That's why if you want to win, you play infect.
It's that's so mean.
I don't mind that infect is at 10 solely because
You've not played against an infect deck.
yes, I have.
No. Not in Commander.
Not in Commander. No.
It gets ridiculous, especially with Atraxa.
Okay, fair.
Proliferate on turn 4
Yeah.
with infect being it. Oh,
I
it's
assume
bonkers.
it's very dirty. I mean, it's
It is-
dirty even
it is
in
dirty.
regular formats.
I
Like, I
have-
used to play Infect in Modern, and it would
I
be
know.
super dirty.
I
But
beat you on turn 2 with infect
yeah,
because infect does that.
it does that. Yeah. That being said,
Ah.
it's not very viable in Modern at the moment. It's
No.
not as viable.
And if it won't, especially. Why don't you read your next card, bud?
Yeah.
As
so,
a segue.
Overwhelming Splendor is a card that I'm really excited about.
Oh, sorry,
6
this isn't
and
the one I
2
was
white.
thinking about. I was thinking about Solemnity. We'll get to that.
Yeah. I really like this card. This is an enchantment curse, so you get to pick a player. Creatures that enchanted player controls lose all abilities and have base power 1 and 1. 1 toughness, 1 power. Enchanted player can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. So they still get planeswalkers and mana abilities.
Right.
But that's it.
Yes.
Seems pretty good. Yeah, if you're against a creature deck, this just makes it so you're not anymore. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it turns their deck into the weeniest of white weenie decks.
Yes. Wow, that's good.
Right? They're literally just vanilla 1/1 guys. They might as well be frog tokens. Like,
turn to frog.
I kind of wish this was a turn to frog enchantment.
It would be pretty cool.
Just flavor. Because that's a plague they could have done. Although the card art's pretty sweet.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is stupid good.
It's very, very good. It's insanely powerful. It's expensive, but in Commander, that's less. I mean, that doesn't really matter that much. You're gonna get to 8 mana.
They'll play anything with a mana cost.
Matter. I mean, seriously. So this is insane. I think it's amazing.
Yes, this is a card that if you resolve can swing a game in your favor.
Yeah. Easy.
If you are because by turn 8, which in Commander is really like turn 5. Turn 4 in some cases. There's probably a player who's looking very good.
Yeah.
Just curse them. Now, they can't blow it up. There's enchantment hate everywhere. People have...
Hour of Revelation destroys it. It's also worth noting, too, if the opponent plays something like Skull Clamp, kind of just helped him out a little bit.
I mean, that's true.
But because Skull Clamp is a very prominent card, that's why it kind of keeps coming up in my conversation. But like,
it's very efficient.
Yeah, it's card draw.
It turns a bunch of stuff on. That's why it's banned in some formats. No, Skull Clamp works, and that is worth noting. Yes, it's mean. It's great.
It's a cool card. Mean. I like it.
Okay, so I want to take a break here for a second. Get into a bigger realm of discussion, and this is one that's kind of speculatory and very like opinionated. Kevin, what do you think is the best card for Commander in these current spoilers? I've firmly got my answer, and that's why I'm asking. I've also got a little bit of a list.
So
and it's okay if we agree.
I think Razaketh is very good.
That's the one.
Okay. So that one's pretty insane.
That's what I think, but that doesn't mean I'm right. What do you think, Kev?
I don't know what the best is. I think the Locust God is going to have some huge traction. I also think just the Nicol Bolas Planeswalker is going to be good. Not as a commander, but just in the format.
No, he's great everywhere.
But I think probably Razaketh is probably the best, if I had to guess.
It's right now a neck and neck tie. I just lean more towards Razaketh. One of my good buddies, Alex.
Hey, shout out to Alex.
One of our streamers and I guess for this episode, helpful content developer. He doesn't know it, but I wrote down a lot of his points.
To listen to this. Be like, oh, hey, I did that.
You did, so you won me over. But it is kind of neck and neck for me between the Scarab God and Razaketh. I tend to lean towards Razaketh more. Okay. Because once he goes off, he can go off quicker and definitely yada yada. The Scarab God reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life, and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. For 2 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black, exile target creature from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Yeah. That's really good.
It's insane.
Again, that mana ability, once a turn. So once it gets rolling, it gets incrementally better.
Yeah.
Right? However, Razaketh reads, Flying and Trample. 4/8, 5 colorless, 3 black. Pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. He's also an 8/8, by the way.
Yeah.
The Scarab God's a 4/4. So, twice the damage.
Yeah.
Twice the toughness.
And
twice the mana cost.
Yeah.
Well, not quite, but
pretty close. But you can tutor for like a lot.
For anything and so much. Alex sent me a deck list and I did some digging and found more. This is so good. This is why. This is how he works. He makes your win cons in a 100 card deck accessible like that.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
You can cheat him out on turn 5 pretty consistently. Turn 4, turn 5. You could get him out there. And I'll tell you why I know that for a fact already. In just a second. My initial hang up was You're not gonna have the creatures recursion to sacrifice that stuff and fetch 4 things that you can win the game with. You're not gonna have things that you want to fetch if your deck is built to get all that recursion. Shut up, me. No. How ignorant was that?
Oh, that's funny.
Think of anything in black. Grave Titan. Massacre Worm. That big Sheoldred. Sheolabob? Sheladred? Whatever it is that...
Shayla.
Shayla. Think about Shayla. That one would reanimates you guys and makes your opponent sack you guys.
She comes from down under.
Oh, yeah, she does. And then she eats you alive. And that's the
weird.
last time we did a Australian accent. No, any big, disgusting fatty in black, you got him.
You got
Congrats.
it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Here you are. It's turned on by so much, and your board gets insanely strong to get this out in ways. You've got never-ending cockroaches, swarm of cockroaches, something like that. For 1 colorless, 2 black. Anytime it dies, return it to your hand. You have got the Ophiomancer. The one
so good.
Yeah. If you don't control a snake, create a 1/1 black snake with Death Touch on your upkeep.
Why not? Have one.
Have a 1/1 with Death Touch that you can kill and sack and stuff and then get back next turn. Who's the other one that I wanted to talk about? So easy. Duh. Pack Rat.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Pack Rat. Make a bunch of rats. Sack a bunch of rats. It's fine. There are so many ways to cheat this guy out. How do I know that? How do I know that he's going to be really good? Because his twin, essentially, is already banned. Because it's too good as a deck. Kevin, who do you think that could be?
I don't know, actually.
It's Gristlebrand.
Oh.
Gristlebrand is banned in Commander.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because there are too many ways to turn him on, to get him out, and to make your deck stupidly good.
Yeah, Gristlebrand, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
He's good everywhere.
He's better than Razaketh in that him swinging activates his ability for no downside for you except for putting him in danger, kind of.
Well, yeah,
right.
And
with
plus,
with the lifelink,
starting with 40 life, you can activate his ability a lot more often.
Yeah, you can do it twice as soon as
you're
it comes
gonna
in.
Get to the cards you need.
Yeah,
but this also does the exact same in a more precise manner.
Absolutely. I'm gonna sell Razaketh to you right now. Do you have win on board? Is it your turn? Do you have a bunch of black stuff on board? Are your opponents tapped out? Well, why don't you go fetch yourself a gray merchant and then just win? You want to do that? Sounds fun, right?
Sounds good. Yeah, he seems pretty awesome. Yeah. I think he is probably going to be the best as far as the commander stuff goes. I don't know.
That's so good.
You bring up a point. I mean, they did ban Gristlebrand. Do you think there's a chance that they will ban him?
There is a chance. Again, when they ban Gristlebrand, you have to talk about like the state of the format when they banned him.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is they unbanned Protean Hulk. Right?
They did.
And yet Deadeye Navigator's still in. Huh. Are there enough things to compete with it? I was looking at some Gitrog monster lists.
Yeah.
And he comes up in a lot of conversation about, is this deck too strong? The Gitrog monster turns himself on really easy. Lets you play a stupid amount of things. Find a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But he's not banned. Because as broken as you can say he is, he's killable, right?
Yeah.
The deck can be messed with. So there's a chance Razaketh gets banned.
Sure.
And he does not stay in Commander very long.
Okay.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if there's other decks that could compete with him.
Mm-hmm.
In general, as a set, Hours gets a lot of fun stuff for Commander. I kind of was really excited to talk about this, so I glossed over another one on my list. But there is a Planeswalker fetch in.
Oh yeah, you're right.
On a stick as well, something you can flicker. And I don't have his name written down, so I'll just look him up real quick. He's the Jeru with eyes open. And he prevents 1 damage to each Planeswalker. But
insignificant.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. He says he's got vigilance. He says when Jeru with eyes open enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a planeswalker card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle like a fetch. Sweet. He's for 5. He's a 4/3 with vigilance, and then if a source would deal damage to a planeswalker, prevent one you control. Excuse me, planeswalker you control, prevent 1 of that damage.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome in standard too. Honestly.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just awesome everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, not at 5.
Not at 5, but the
you just
ability
fetch it.
is like pretty insane.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely. You just don't play him in like vintage.
No, of course not.
But
it is very good.
Maybe in Frontier, which
definitely
we'll
in Frontier,
talk about one day.
One day when it becomes more relevant.
Maybe soon with this sweet set dropping.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm really excited.
Yeah,
about
Hour
the set
is going to
coming
be
out.
a very good set.
I've never wanted to buy so much of this product. So much of a product for a while. I mean, Torment of Hailfire. I'm most excited about that card.
Okay.
For Commander, for Standard, for Modern, for everything.
Yeah.
It's redonkulously good.
It's so good. It provides Grixis control decks such a good sort of ability that it needed, I think.
It's a win con.
Yeah.
It is control. It's everything you want.
Yeah.
For a lot.
Yeah.
Is there any more to say about Hour of Devastation and Commander?
It's very good.
Yes,
No, it's
there's a
gonna be
lot
awesome.
more to say. But the Ramanup Excavator.
Crucible of Worlds on a stick.
Yeah. You think he gets played? Definitely.
Definitely. I like Fraying Sanity as a mill card.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. It doubles the amount of doubles the amount of mills that a player takes at the end of each turn.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you mill, that happens every turn. So if any other player makes a player discard stuff too, they have to double it.
It's at the
Like,
end of each end step.
So you get 4 end steps basically every cycle. So
Every
you're
time
gonna get a lot.
Yeah, every time you every time you
Do a thing.
Mill him. Every time you mill him. And there's some dumb ones with the big creepy horror.
I just realized this is a instant win with Traumatize.
Yep.
Mill half your deck. Mill the other half your deck. Holy crap, that's good.
Well,
wow.
cards to get banned?
Well, I'm gonna play that. That's gonna be a thing for me.
Of course you are. Also, I'm just gonna throw this in there. They're printing an uncounterable counter.
Wait, really?
Nimble Obstructionist. Cycling for 2 colorless and a blue. When you cycle Nimble Obstructionist, counter target activated or triggered ability you don't control.
Oh.
So it's not,
that's awesome.
It's not counter on a spell.
No, it's cycles.
Yes.
Cycle counter.
Yes.
That's
And
cool.
You cannot counter a cycle,
No.
which is
That's cool.
awesome. He's got flash and fly, by the way. So if you just need a 3/1 blocker,
You
boom,
got him.
Put him down there.
Yeah, guys, this set is
Wow.
going to be awesome. Not only for Commander, but Standard, probably Modern, and probably other formats as well. There's so much good stuff.
Yeah, there's
So,
a lot of fun things. We didn't even talk about Neheb.
No.
Neheb, we'll talk about Neheb for a second. Just because we got it, Kev.
It's your card. You name
Kev, we got it.
it. Okay.
Let me do it.
You do you, man.
Dad. So,
Not on the TV. On the TV.
we are on the TV.
We're on the TV.
the telly. We're on the telly. Neheb the Eternal. I'm sure you know what he does by now. Afflict 3, the beginning of your post-combat main phase. Add 1 red to your mana pool for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. He has a 4/6 for 5. So, as a commander, this is how I would play him. Not saying this is the right way, but this is just one way. You throw down your creature permanents
Yeah.
in the hopes that during combat, you deal some good stinking damage.
Yeah.
Your goal is just to deal as much damage as possible to your opponent. So you pick the weakest one and you just swing everybody at him. You get all this mana. And then you Banefire for a cubic junk load. Or Bonfire of the Damned. Or whatever spell
Fireball.
to channel. Yeah, whatever it is. This essentially can double your mana.
Yeah.
If in the later turns you're holding that spell, you've got all of your mana open, you swing in, in Commander, it's not like unheard of to get 15 mana.
Yeah,
Or 15
that's
damage in
easy.
a turn, I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if you're untouched. In a mono red deck, not generally the strongest. There's some dumb things they get to do, but they're not generally the like craziest. But yeah, you turn them into a cannon for your channel spells. Is my vision.
Your vision.
Yeah,
or your ancestral vision,
or you just play a big fatty with all that stuff. I don't know.
No, Neheb's gonna be pretty awesome too. I think for sure. The ability to get free mana is awesome.
And with Neheb himself, it's either 3 free mana or 4 free mana, depending if they block or not.
Yeah.
If they blocked him, they're taking 3.
Yeah.
And then you get 3 free mana.
So no matter what, you're gonna get something out of Neheb at least.
And that means you can tap out and not feel bad if you've got a profitable combat step.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah, he's great.
Cool set, guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
Check it out. I'm buying a bunch.
Yeah. Same.
I'm excited to open some packs, to do some fat packs, some regular packs, to find Solemnity, which we also didn't talk about, but I'm not going to.
We've already talked about that on another episode.
We did. An episode that kind of got messed up on YouTube. Sorry about that. We just learned that the other day.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened. The entire episode is out there. It's on
It's
SoundCloud.
on the podcast.
It's on podcast. Yeah.
So basically what happened is the original file is the full length. It's been checked. We know it's the full length. We uploaded it to YouTube twice. Actually uploaded it twice. Both times it cut it back to the same time. So I'm not exactly sure why.
It's weird.
If anybody knows of a fix, let us know, I guess.
Yeah,
but until then, we'll just leave it as is.
Yeah. So,
you can hear it on the podcast app. Go to SoundCloud. We're on there as well. You can hear it there.
Yeah, if you don't have an iPhone and I whatever.
Yes.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Okay. Guys, with that, we're going to come to our final segment.
Wait. We do have to do a quick little recognition. We mentioned at the top of the episode we've been doing a lot as far as Instagram stuff goes.
I forgot about this.
You did.
Pardon me, guys.
We've already said on a past episode as well as on Instagram that at 500 followers, we're going to be doing a giveaway featuring one of these fantastic thermal cups brought to you by our friend Andrew, who helped us out and made a few things for us. We are very thankful. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Yes.
And you guys should be too. These things are awesome. So
yes,
we're going to be giving away one of these along with other packs, things like that. So hopefully we'd like to get you guys involved. I think we're at 450-ish followers now. So only 50 more and we'll start that process.
Excellent.
So get going, people, on Instagram.
Get ready.
Follow us.
Get ready.
Be a part of the community.
Andrew as well. Stellar guy. We'll talk more about him, I think, in the future.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some stuff to plug for him. For the time being, let's get ready for some free stuff.
Yeah.
Those past winners should have already gotten their things, I hope.
Yeah.
I'm always nervous about the U.S. Postal Service, not to like poo-poo on them, but that's always like a thing that's confused me. It's been an enigma. I'll get stuff back and not know why, or I'll send stuff and people say they never got it. I don't
really understand the Postal Service, to be honest. I avoid using it, but in a giveaway, we kind of had to.
Yeah.
So
that being said, hopefully y'all got your stuff.
Hopefully.
You got your things. You're lightning bolting some people and you're exiling their guys. And then you're searing them some visions. Guys, this is the final segment of It Resolved. It's the Cracker Pack. Our packs come pre-cracked, though we've not seen them. Sponsored, of course, always by Grand Slam.
Yes.
Cards and Collectibles. Huge thank you.
Go check them out. Rock Hill, South Carolina. They are awesome. Clamp and Andrew over there have been helping us out quite a lot. We greatly appreciate it. And with that, we do have our gold cards that we're on the hunt for. I didn't get mine. Mine was the new Gideon. I say new Gideon of the Trials. It's been a little bit.
Well, it's true. But I'm looking for Combat Celebrant. I feel like I'll never see him. We've opened so much on Monket. Jeez. I got Drakehaven.
I like that card.
I do too.
A lot.
I'm going to go into my pack a little bit.
Okay.
Rare's Drakehaven, which is awesome. We like to speak a little bit from a limited sense when we open these. What are we gonna pull? Because it's good to keep your skills sharp. Your limited brain ticking. So Drakehaven for me is pretty much the clear first pick. My pack is kind of bad. Kind of crappy. I do have a Blood Rage Brawler, which is the next consideration. And then Honored Crop Captain. For 2, it's a 3/2, and it's an Anthem effect when he attacks. Every other guy gets +1/+0.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. But not as awesome as Drakehaven.
No, Drake Haven's awesome.
Yeah, creating a 2/2 Drake for 1 when you cycle seems pretty sweet.
And with cycling being so prevalent, even if you don't fully get to build around this, you're going to get a few cyclers, and that's really all you need to make this worthwhile. That being said, if you can build around it, go for it, because that's what it's for.
I think it's awesome.
I also did not get my gold card. I got Dispossessed, which is a great card, but not so much in Limited. I don't think.
You're right.
It's pretty terrible in Limited, but I did get Cartouche of Strength, the green cartouche, which is, I think, the best. So that's probably my first pick. I also do have a Devoted Crop Mate, which I like quite a lot. Final Reward, which is just expensive but solid removal, and then a Quarry Hauler.
I might go with Quarry Hauler because I like picking a permanent first.
That's fine.
And there are really good
enchantments
spells.
are permanents.
But I mean, you use it as removal, not the.
I'm just saying.
As right as you are.
You said a permanent is permanent.
All right, then think of it like this.
I definitely pick Cartouche first.
Ignore the when he enters the battlefield. This is a permanent for 3 that gives someone +1/+1 in trample. Are you first picking that?
I'm picking him because of the ability.
Right, exactly. So as a permanent, he only get to kill things once, right?
Yeah, which is all you need to kill something.
No, I know it's awesome, but
I'm
just saying its permanent effect is
I
not
pick
as
Cartouche
good.
first. Deal with it.
I'll pick Warrior. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, you're wrong. All right, so still on the hunt for the gold cards.
I'm gonna take a second to harp on everybody.
Okay.
We talked about this earlier before we started recording. This was our fix to Aether Works Marvel. This Dispossessed right here. And this card was not played nearly as much as it should have been in Standard. They printed so much hate for artifacts, and I honestly kind of forgot Dispossessed was a card when I was building my deck. Well, we could have avoided another ban, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Dispossess is awesome.
It's so
it answers any artifact.
Good in terms of Standard, especially when they know they printed a mythic rare that lets you throw out an Eldrazi on turn 4. They knew they did that. And we've said on air, they didn't really print enough answers. I mean, there's stuff that blows up artifact. No, this pulls it from everywhere.
Yeah.
Choose an artifact name, period. Pick Aetherworks, look through everything they own, and exile all 4 copies of it. And now Aetherworks isn't a problem.
Yep.
I forgot that was that good.
It's the answer. But, yeah, you're right.
Too little, too late. And now we're down another card.
I mean, it happens.
I don't disagree with the ban.
Apparently.
Don't disagree with the ban, but
yeah,
y'all, we could have prevented this. Anywho, I think we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Talked a little bit about Commander.
A little bit about the new set, which I'm excited for. We both are. We'll do some cool stuff with the new set also. I think that's the plan. So,
yeah.
But with that, guys, we will see you all tomorrow for the Friday episode. But that's going to wrap up today's episode.
Talk about some controversy.
Yes. So, my name is Kevin.
My name's Will.
This has been It Resolves.